Hi guys, Dave here back with another video, and I really miss my beard. I look like someone dropped a hard-boiled egg on a barbershop floor, but that's unfortunately what we're working with. But I wanted to come back with a video today to talk about a manga that really came out of nowhere. A manga that was a pleasant surprise, one might say. And that is Kaiju number 8. This is relatively a new manga. I mean, the fifth volume, either as of time of recording, either just came out or comes out in a few days or something like that. So it's still pretty new. So I wanted to make a video about it because I really am enjoying this one and potentially could turn more people onto it. So this was such a pleasant surprise for me because I got it during Target's Black Friday sale. They had buy two, get one free on books. And, and I got the first two volumes of My Hero Team Up Missions. And of course, I saw Kaiju number 8. I saw it there a few times. I thought, you know what, the cover looks cool. I'm going to give this one a shot. And I am so happy that I did. It just goes to show every once in a while, give a random manga a shot. Just try it out and see what happens, because you might stumble upon something great. And that's what I did, fortunately. And it's so cool that this manga essentially was free. And it started a great love of this series for me. Honestly, this is like low-key one of my favorites now. I mean, nothing is going to ever top iShield 21, but this definitely is a favorite so far. There's a lot in it. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of it's got a really cool story, very interesting take on the kaiju formula, and it's also very, very funny. I didn't expect it to be a comedy. I didn't expect it to be as funny as it is, but it is hilarious. This manga is actually very, very funny, along with everything else it's got going for it. So if you need a quick, recommendation, yes, this one is very good. I would give it a shot. Give Kaiju number 8 a try. I really don't think you'll be disappointed. But I'm going to go a little more in depth about some of the specifics and why I like certain things, and talk to you guys a little bit about the story. I'm going to try my best to avoid spoilers because, again, I really want you guys to read this one. But I might have to talk about a few things that happen to explain stuff. So basically, the story is, like I said, it's a very interesting take on the kaiju formula because kaijus are a very regular occurrence. It's not just like in different monster and kaiju movies where it's just the one big bad monster that the prophecies foretold of comes up, and then humanity has to deal with it, and then that's the end, the day's saved, whatever. This is very on a regular occurrence. Different monsters are popping up in different areas of Japan, and the kaiju defense force has to take care of them. And I think that's very interesting because in a lot of monster and kaiju movies, the military is pretty much useless. A lot of the story focuses on the monster itself, or the scientists or everyday people that have to deal with all of what's going on. But this story actually says, hey, we're going to make those guys and gals actually mean something and actually have them be important to the story. And it's almost like the Kaiju Defense Force is just a regular thing. Like, you have your fire department to take care of your fires. You have your police force to, come to your house and shoot your dog. And then you have the Kaiju Defense Force to take care of your kaiju for you. So that's where our main character comes in. Our main character, I gotta refresh myself on his name because I'm really bad with names. Oh gosh, what's his name? I'm really, really bad with names. I'm sorry. Kafka. Kafka Hibino is actually works in the cleanup crew, which is another fun spin that I kind of wish they kept going with for a little bit longer, or at the very least, I would love to see a manga focused on just this aspect. It's something that you don't often think about in like monster movies and monster stories. Like when the big monster dies or is shot or whatever, falls down, who takes care of that? Who cleans that up? And this manga, at least for the first, little bit of it, kind of answers that question. Like these guys come in and they clean it up. Like they have to go into the intestines and suck up all the feces and all that stuff. And it's very funny, obviously. It's a very goofy and silly way to look at it. But also it's kind of interesting because you do think like, yeah, who does take care of that? It's very similar to the name escapes me, but I believe it's a Marvel comic, and it was a TV show for a little while. But it focuses on the people that clean up after like the Avengers fight people, and like it focuses on who has to rebuild the city and who has to clean up all the debris and the rubble. So this is very much like that, at least in the beginning. But Kafka wants to become part of this defense force. His like childhood friend is like this badass like leader of the defense force. She's awesome, by the way. I love her. I love kick-ass baller ass women. It's my favorite thing. But anyway, Mina, I think her name is. I'm really bad with names. I don't let that be like, oh, this guy's faking. He doesn't care about this manga. I do. I'm just bad with names. Anyway, so he's like, I want to join my friend. I want to be a part of this. And he's like 30 or 28 or 32 or something, like, and they come out with a law, 32, yeah. They come out with a law that says, hey, you can't be over this certain age. Like if you're over the certain age, you can't join the defense force. You're too old. So he's like, this is my last chance. This is my last time to give this a shot. So him and his new friend, who's like this 18-year-old kid, decide to join up together. And the comedy ensues where like he's not very good. He's not that strong, things like that. But the real kicker comes into play in another very interesting twist on the Kaiju formula. Now, this is a slight spoiler, but it's covered in Volume 1 and pretty quickly in Volume 1. So it's not really a spoiler because it's the whole crux and the whole basis of the story. But I definitely was a little surprised because I personally didn't see it coming. I don't know if... Oh, it's even explained on the back cover. I'm just a dummy and I didn't read the back cover. I wanted to check to see if that was the case, and it definitely is the case. They definitely spill it out for you on the back cover. So I don't feel as bad relaying this to you. But Kafka is actually this guy, Kaiju number 8. A little small kaiju guy just crawls his way into its mouth, just super randomly. We don't even know who this little creature is, at least as of right now. But he just crawls his way down Kafka's throat and turns him into Kaiju number 8. And it's a very interesting twist that the guy is the Kaiju. The main character is the Kaiju. And he's not only has to keep it a secret from people and from the organization he works for, because, spoiler alert, he gets into the defense force. I think I mentioned that. But like his whole job is killing kaiju, and he is also a kaiju, and he's able to. You're thinking like, how the hell is this guy gonna get past security? When he goes into work, he can switch between his human form and kaiju form. But it's such a very interesting take on it, and I think this manga is so unique because not only do you have the interesting take on the kaiju formula with the defense force, but you also have the kaiju being the main character. And also being human in a sense, but also you have the take of, we're going to look at this story through the lens of the cleanup crew, which they don't delve into too much. They kind of use that as the setup in the origin, for lack of a better word, of Kafka and of his buddy, who, again, forget his name. But it shows how they not only not only get into these comedic situations by cleaning up after all these monsters, but how they then have a different mindset when it comes to disposing of the monsters because they know how they work. They've quite literally seen these kaiju from the inside and out. So they know where their weak points are, like where are they most susceptible, where to strike, things like that. And that's a really interesting take. And I keep saying interesting a lot, but this manga has a lot of really cool, interesting points. So yeah, it's just such a fun ride. I'm on volume 5. I mean, I have to read it because it's not out yet, but I immediately went out and bought 2 and 3, and I picked up 4 a little while ago and read that. This Kaiju number 8 has quickly become one of my favorites. It's such a really fun ride. Again, it's funny. It's got a lot of great action. The excuse me, the kind of different ways that they look at the kaiju formula is very interesting. The kind of suspense of like, oh, is anyone gonna find out about Kafka, and like how will they react? And he is Kaiju number 8. He is the bad guy. He's really not bad, but like he is a kaiju, so they have to kill him, but then they don't, but then they do. Like it's like, what's gonna happen, So it's just such a fun ride. It's a great story, and I'm really liking it a lot. I thought I had more to say about this manga, but I want to pull back a little bit because I really want you guys to read it, and also my throat is getting dry, so I think we're going to call it there. Kaiju number 8, great manga, really enjoying it, highly recommend it, and I can't wait to see how the story continues. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little impression, analysis, breakdown of Kaiju number 8. Again, a very pleasant surprise for me because this manga quite literally came out of nowhere. Knew nothing about it going in. Bought it on a whim. Got it for free, but bought it on a whim, and it turned out to be fantastic. So, my throat's going here. A lot of dry air over here in Western New York these days. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if this video inspired you to try Kaiju number 8, and if it did, how you like it. I really think that would be really cool to hear or see. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for your support this year. We're almost at 200 subscribers, which is really crazy to me. 200 is such a big number. At least for me, I never thought my channel would get past 2 subscribers, let alone here we are almost at 200. So I hope we can hit that soon. That would be a great start to 2023. So I appreciate all the support a lot. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.